Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to those of you seasoned veterans of what we do around here. What we do around here is bring about conversations of a psychological, emotional, and mental health paradigm. We do that as often as we can, usually several times per day, or several times per week, or at least sometimes daily. And we try to do that as often as we can for your own enrichment and edification. And so we try to talk about psychological, mental, emotional, and spiritual wellness issues, coaching issues. And we are here. We've got over 750 of those available for your listening pleasure. We're trying to get to 1,000 over the summer. Would love it if you could subscribe and share this with friends, family, and all sorts of other fun people so we can do some good charity work in the end of things here. In any event, this particular audio is about if you're doing better than you think, and if you kind of want a fresh perspective. Coaching is a fresh perspective on how you see yourself, and so if you're looking for a fresh perspective on how things are going for you, I would love to be of service to you. You can reach out in the About Me section of this YouTube page and or in the connective of Twitter. In a better way, and so hopefully things are going well for you. So in any event, there are a couple ways to reach out at PO Perception on Twitter or right here on YouTube. So how do you know if you're doing better than you think? Well, if you can articulate what you want appropriately and take steps to get there. Having a clear vision for what you want and having an action plan for getting there is a great way to know if you're doing better than you think. A lot of people just want change and they don't know how to articulate it. They don't know how to make an action plan. They're struggling to, be accountable to their goals, and or they make goals that aren't based on step-by-step linear thinking. The next is they prioritize and value and make time for their personal and professional relationships. People who are trying to level up and skip steps make life about what they accomplish. People who are really trying to have a foundation for a strong, intelligent future are individuals who, in fact, have a willingness to value relationships over accomplishment. Now, that doesn't mean that accomplishment in and of itself is bad, but when you are looking at accomplishment as the be-all end-all, you're missing pieces along the way. So the next thing is personal accountability and responsibility. You take responsibility for the things that you do, the things that you say, and the way you behave, and you hold yourself accountable when you fall short of either your own goals or the promises you keep to other people. Now, it's also important to be able to have the boundary of understanding when you're overextended or when you really don't want to do something and you're people pleasing. If you're doing better than you think, you begin to understand where the triggers are to people please and or behave in a way that doesn't serve you well. And ultimately, it leads you in a direction that can be somewhat counterproductive when you're not clear on what you're trying to accomplish. So, in any event, there is a nature to all of that can be somewhat overwhelming. Um, and again, accountability can be hard, but if you tend to run in low stress, this is helpful too. At the end of the day, low stress is an indicator that you have your life under control and that you've compartmentalized the things you need to deal with, and you don't take life too seriously. At the end of the day, you determine what matters in your life, and a lot of times people make things matter that won't matter in a week, in a month, in 3 months, and they over complicate certain aspects of living, and then time goes by a week later and it doesn't matter anymore because in the moment we think things matter a whole lot more than they do, or we forget that we can choose how much we make something matter. And people who understand this principle find life easier to navigate when they choose where to put their energy. The next thing is on purpose gratitude. Now, this could be something as simple as making a weekly or daily or several times per week gratitude list, or purposefully finding things to be grateful for going forward. But grateful people are living better than they think, because a lot of people live within expectation, and expectation is the easiest way to be disappointed. The greater your expectations, also the greater your disappointment when they're not met. So I'm not saying it's wrong to have expectations, but temper them with the reality that most of what we expect we don't get, because things have to fall into alignment. When we focus more on gratitude than expectation, we're going to live a better quality of life regardless. And then the second to last thing is learn from falling short, learn from failure, learn from when things don't go well, and don't take them personally. Look, the world isn't against you. In reality, people are so consumed with themselves that they don't necessarily know or care what's going on with you. They're worried about what's going on with them. And the energy of the universe, the world, the planet, whichever, is neither positive nor negative. It's generally neutral. So the world isn't conspiring against you, and most people are so self-absorbed that they're not trying to be against you. So in the end, when we have the ability to learn from when we fall short, and not take it personally, we do better. And then a commitment to self-improvement, whatever that looks like, whether it's professionally, personally, spiritually, mentally, learning new skills, whatever that looks like, that commitment will lead us in a positive direction, both in the long and short of things. So hopefully this is helpful. I encourage you to keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.